Revgear called and said they wanted to sponsor a video in which I recommend the S5 All-Rounders to my viewers. I said, yeah, totally, sure, let's do that. I didn't bring up that I'd already, in fact, made videos recommending the S5 All-Rounders. But they also said they wanted me to talk about how the S5 All-Rounder, these are my old ones. I should have gotten rid of these a long time ago. I'll talk more about that later. They wanted me to talk about how the S5 All-Rounders are the best glove for all-around use. Like if you only have one pair of glove that, you know, you could hit the bag in it, hit pads in it, spar in it, train in it. If you just were only gonna buy one pair of gloves, it should be this one. And I'm not gonna do that either. It would probably be safer just to regurgitate their marketing copy and tell you how these are the greatest gloves for all-around use if you're only going to get one glove, but I don't really believe that that's what's best about them. I want to give you my experiences with them because I think they shouldn't have called it the all-rounder. I think they should have called this the ultimate glove for sparring. Of course, I'm gonna tell you how these gloves are all leather and they have multi-layer knuckle protection and it's some special kind of high-tech foam. I'm gonna get to all that, but I've sparred hundreds, maybe thousands of rounds in these over the past 2 years, and these gloves are a cheat code. These gloves will help you cheat at sparring. maybe that wasn't intentional, I don't know. But these gloves offer two distinct offensive advantages in sparring and two distinct defensive advantages in sparring. And when I tell you about the features or bugs, I don't know what they are, you might think that, oh, I don't want those advantages. Fine, don't have them. I'll keep them. They sent me these S5 All-Rounders over 2 years ago, and I just got my first hole in them after all this time. They've explained to me that it's a special kind of foam, it's multi-layer. I'm swapping, I thought the gray ones looked really good, but you know, the red ones go faster. The padding in this glove is kind of the most important feature because it's all where it's supposed to be. It's all on the front of the glove. It's all right here where it not only protects my knuckles and does all the things that the glove is supposed to do, and it protects sparring partners and all that, but this glove has what's called a narrower hand cage than any other glove I've ever used. Now the guys at Revgear say that that is a European thing, that Europeans prefer a narrower hand cage. This glove is much narrower than other types of gloves. Like even the S3 from Revgear, a fine glove, you can tell is wider. You can see it's wider here. You can see it's wider here. I don't know, maybe it doesn't show up on camera. Maddox, does that look, is it clearly wider? To me, it's a huge difference. Now, why is that important? Because these are the offensive advantages that this thing has. Because it's narrower, it slides through the guard. Not only is it narrower, but all the padding's up here, which this actually gives me, I think, an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter of reach advantage. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, that's not realistic. If the glove is longer, that's not realistic. Well, if you fight, then they give you the gloves. Like if you fight in a real organization, they give you the gloves, so the gloves you train in won't match what you fight in anyway. And if you only train for the streets, then none of this is realistic. But I'm not trying to find a scientific way to do this. The purpose of sparring is to hit and not get hit, and practice that exact moment. It's practice, you're practicing a specific thing. And the better and more successful you can be in sparring, the more sparring you can do, so the more practice you can get. So both these gloves are 16-ounce gloves. These are the narrowest, most compact 16-ounce gloves I've ever had. Both these are 16-ounce gloves. This clearly has more going on, you know, south of the border here on the bottom part of the glove. That's weight. They're both 16 ounces. That's weight down here that's not where it needs to be. And if we go like this, that's about as scientific as I can get. It's hard for me to know exactly how it comes across to you. And I'm making the tightest fist I can with both hands. That little bit of extra, especially on straights, obviously, but even on hooks, swiping out there and just catching somebody on the face or on their headgear, or whipping it across their body, just helping you score those points. We don't need to put those, don't do a close-up on these.
Yeah.
No close-up on these, they look bad. You see my nice brand new S5s?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been using the S5, how long you had those things?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half, too long. We need to get her a new pair. Don't look at them. But they've won her a PKB, because if you compete in like the semi-contact circuits, get rid of them. If you compete in the semi-contact circuit, I said, hey, do you have your gloves on you? She was like, yeah, but they look real bad. We'll get you another pair. Click the link down in the description below. It helps support the channel. Help us get Natalia another pair. You've had those a year and a half. What do you have to say about them?
I think they're durable, comfortable. The support is nice, especially with the impact.
Yeah. Yeah, she hits hard. I can confirm that she hits hard. Yeah. Those were supposed to be my backup pair, but I gave them to Tyler. You've had the S5s for a while.
These are very, very durable. Feel like you can post a lot better with these. I really noticed that first was being a southpaw. I was able to really post on
mofos' heads.
Well, I was able to open my hand. I can't do this with those other ones. Like,
yeah, I've heard that there is a correlation between the red corner and winning fights.
Yeah.
Like all other things being equal, there's a slight favor to the red corner, the red gloves.
I believe that.
Well, in nature, red is danger. This means like I'm venomous.
Yeah.
That means I've got like stuff in me you don't want me to put in you. That's a danger sign. I think subconsciously maybe people responded. That's what I heard. I don't know that it's true. Because of this padding, give me an inch to an inch and a quarter reach advantage. That's going to give me an inch to an inch and a quarter more coverage. Because of that rounded surface, it deflects shots. And I've experientially, anecdotally, my opinion, take it for what it's worth or what it's not to you, I have definitely been able to land shots I couldn't land without these gloves, and defend shots I would have had trouble defending without these gloves. And you might think, Mike, how is the inch and a quarter make that big a difference? We're talking about fighting. Makes a huge difference. An inch or an inch and a quarter is the difference between a hit missing completely or landing pretty hard. An inch difference is also the difference between a hit landing pretty hard and a hit knocking you unconscious. Inches matter. Inches matter a lot. And now glove selection is an extremely personal thing. I get that. You have preferences. There's things you like. I have liked many gloves. I have loved many gloves. But I've never put on a pair of gloves that checked all my boxes in what I want in a glove before this one. This part, breaking in, is going to take a little while, like all gloves. Normally, my hot spot is this right here. This little spot right here, the thumb. Whenever you get a new pair of gloves, that's usually the thing that bothers me, is the thumb. It's never just right. This one, out of the packaging, the thumb is just right. And I think that they, yeah, perfect thumb position. They might be upset if I don't at least say some of the stuff that they say. Stylish slimline design, full premium leather construction, deep multi-layer padding with rounded knuckle protection. Yeah, all that. The mid-length, the cuff, the wrist cuff is mid-length. So kind of halfway between a boxing glove and a tie glove. So depending on what you prefer, it's right in the middle. This glove, I get that they called it all-rounder. It's a great high-quality glove. Obviously, I've had one for 2 years, and I'm hard on my gear. I think they should have gone with Ultimate Sparring Glove. But if you don't care about all the advantages that it gives you as the Ultimate Sparring Glove, you can get it as the all-round glove. If you just need one pair of gloves, this is worth it. If you're gonna get a new pair of gloves, or you're ready to graduate from your sporting goods store generic gloves and you want your first real pair of gloves, this is a great choice. If you've been through a lot of gloves and never really settled on anything that you love, this is a good thing to try. I sincerely, honestly recommended it a long time ago, before they ever paid me to do so. Like a long time ago. I'll link that video up there. It's a complete sparring gear guide. Now, it's like durable leather construction, blah, 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 blah. I just want to point out some things on this that make it special. One, this right here, the thumb position obviously is ideal. This is a big, robust piece. Robust, that's the word. I always forget to use that word. That's a great word to use in reviews. Robust. This is robust. The stitching is all robust. Even this little thing here, this little elastic strap, all gloves have something like that in there. You see, it's wider. It goes all the way up. Like I have to pull it down to get to the top of that hole. If I want to stick something in that hole, I got to pull this little thing down to find that one little spot that's always sort of, you know, at the top of this thing, you pull this down. This is a hard spot to find. You know what I'm talking about.